Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Weekly Wrap Up. This week we've had no Premier League football, but there's still been a lot going on in the football world. So before I start, guys, please support the channel by hitting that like button and pressing that bell ding, 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 notification. Thank you. So for the first segment, I'm going to do How Did I Miss That? And obviously, a lot of the talk this week has been dominated by the sacking of Maurizio Pochettino and the appointment of that man who used to be the special one. Not special anymore, though. But I've done two videos regarding this guy. And in one of the both videos, also obviously I done one when I thought he was going to be appointed. Then I did another one after his appointment. And in all the points I made yesterday, there's something that I missed.
Really like this squad, and looking to the young players, there is not one manager in the world that doesn't like to play young players and to help young players to develop. There is not one. The problem is that sometimes you get into clubs where the work that is below you is not good enough to produce these players. So I look to our
Really?
and you see that the academy is always giving the talents that the first team needs, and of course I look also forward to work with that profile.
What is this? What is this? For what? Why?
Can you believe the gall of this man? So basically, what he's saying is that he's somebody who would love to play youngsters, but in the clubs he's worked for in the past, they haven't given him that environment. They haven't produced enough. So he's not, obviously, Jose is Teflon, as usual. So who's he worked for? He's worked for Porto. They're always known for having a decent academy. Obviously, after that is Chelsea. So Chelsea have had some good young players who he could have worked with and develop. So Jose, when you're saying that you didn't have any decent players in the academy, even Chelsea did it even after. Not only did Chelsea have a decent academy, but we brought in a lot of young talent who Jose could have nurtured and turned into world beaters. So are you trying to tell us, Jose Mourinho, that Kevin De Bruyne wasn't good enough for us, but yet you deemed him not good enough and you shipped him off? Are you trying to tell us that you couldn't have moulded Mo Salah into a better player? Or Lukaku? Yeah? So it's not only, as I said, we had a lot of young players that we gave Jose, but he's got to admit that he doesn't like playing young players. Manchester United gave him Rashford, Martial, and all sorts of other players, but yet he wanted a tried and tested, a ready-made player. So, but as I said, I covered most of the other bits about the youth in my other video, link above. But the fact that he said that the clubs that he's worked in the past did not have the academy. I'm sorry, Jose, you've got that totally wrong. Now, I'm on to rate this rumour. So a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned some of the targets that Chelsea have in place, and I'm going to go through them one by one. This week I'm going to concentrate on Ben Chiwell, and the reason I'm concentrating on Ben Chiwell is because there's a news article in today's Standard where it says that Leicester are determined to reject any attempt from Chelsea to sign Ben Chiwell if their transfer ban is successfully appealed for at the Court of Arbitration for Sport. We had our hearing on Wednesday with the outcome expected to be known in sort of mid-December, in time for us to act in the January market. So Ben Chilwell's stock has got higher, especially after his two stellar displays for England in the internationals just gone. Manchester United and Manchester City are also rumoured to be after him. But Leicester are in a quite strong position. They have him on a long-term contract. He signed a contract until 2024, and there is talk about them wanting to get more talks with him about increasing his wages, because I think he's probably on a low wage, so they want to increase his wages up to £100,000. That's to stave off any interest that other clubs may have in him. And also, it goes on to say that Ben Chilwell isn't really agitating for a move because Leicester are currently in a healthy position in second place in the league. So for sporting reasons, there's no need for him to move. As I said, the club are playing good football. They've got a good manager there, and yeah, so he's quite settled. So that will be a difficult one to get through the door. So with that one, he's one player I'd really like to get because I think he will definitely improve our left-hand side, and he's got an understanding with some of the other players that we already have in the English setup. So, but unfortunately, because of Leicester are quite a difficult team to deal with, and the fact that he's got a long-term contract, and as I said, he's not pushing for a move. So at the moment, I could only rate that rumour as a 4 out of 10. Next, we're going for the wow moments. As I said, there was an international break, so not a lot of wow moments to talk about, but 2 Chelsea-related ones. So the first wow moment of the week is Mason Mount. He scored his first senior goal for England. So well done, Mason Mount, on achieving that. So may you score many, many more goals. So for that, Mason, you get my weekly round of applause. And the second wow moment was the debut for Tomori. And what a rise for this young fella, because he is a guy who was going to be 4th choice this season, but such has been his meteoric rise that he's now a first-team regular, and who would have thought a few months ago that we'll be saying that he's going to be making his debut for England. Came on as a right back in place of Trent Alexander-Arnold, and so obviously his natural position is centre back, but he came on, he looked comfortable, and so for making your debut, Tomori, you get my second round of applause. And it's a kind of wow moment for me. I'm sort of kind of blowing my own trumpet on this one. It's because last week I was talking about Reece James. I think it was in my weekly wrap-up of last week where he featured in my wow moments for that week, where I said that I actually think out of all our young players coming up, he is going to be the best of the crop. And here's the video to show you. I actually rate him as our top youth prospect. You know, we've got the likes of Hudson-Odoi and Ruben Loftus-Cheeks, Tomori, Mount. But for me, if I had to name one standout out of all of those, I'm going plumping for Reece James. That's how highly I rate him. And this week, watching Sky Sports, Danny Higginbottom has said exactly the same thing as I said last week. So either we're on the same wavelength, or Danny, you've been watching my videos, boy.
Choice, wasn't it? Okay, Reece James. Right, I said Mason Mount was a veteran. He's 20, Mason Mount. Reece James, 19. He's going to be 20 in December. What are you seeing in this young man?
Everything. Absolutely everything. I was fortunate enough to see his progression last season when he was at Wigan, covering a few of their games. Spoke to Paul Cook about him. And the last time that I spoke to him, he just turned around to him and went, I've run out of things to say about him. I cannot speak highly enough of it. So he went on loan to Wigan last season. Before he'd done that, he'd never played a senior game. And not being disrespectful to anybody, but when he played, it was like men against boys. It was like a kid in a playground. He is that good. I think he's going to be the best.
Of this crop?
Of this crop, I think. I said it before he even made his debut. He is that good. And the only conundrum...
Finally, we go into our weekly wishes. So my weekly wish this week is By the way, my weekly wish from last week came through because we all our players have come back injury free, so well done. So for this week, my weekly wish is, obviously we've got the big match against Manchester City, so it's going to be for us to put in a good performance against Manchester City. Last year we had a disaster show and got thrashed, humiliated, so I say 6-0 by Manchester City, but a good win or even a nice result, a draw, will show us how far we have come this season with this new crop of players. So my weekly wish is that we make a good account of ourselves at the Etihad this week and hopefully come away with the 3 points. Can you imagine that if someone said to us before December Chelsea will be 4 points ahead of Manchester City, then that would have been driving me off to the nearest loony farm. But it could happen if we beat Manchester City this weekend. So that is my weekly wish. I don't ask for much, so come on, guys, let's make it happen. So enjoy the rest of your week, guys, and let's hope for a fantastic week of football to come. So take care. Don't forget, guys, to hit that like button and the bell notification too if you like these videos. Thank you.